All right. Hey, everybody. This is
Howdy.
Sherri Echols and Milynda Hallermann here. We're going to be talking today about Texas veterans benefits. There's a lot of great benefits in Texas for veterans. So I think it's
Mhm.
better than most states in the union,
I think so.
in the country. So we've got like benefits regarding employment, education, recreation, the DMV, entertainment, cemetery, life insurance, housing, and property tax benefits. And there's lots of loan benefits too. I guess that could be under housing, but
Yep.
we just want to be sure and start out the whole thing with a big round of gratitude to all the veterans for their service and sacrifice for our benefits. We appreciate that more than you will ever know. And Texas does
Yep.
have a strong support for veterans, and it's an ideal state for veterans to retire to and even be active duty. And we've got lots of places for them to work. And
Mhm. And
so,
I think veterans agree because Texas is now number one for veteran residents. We're the most veterans in the country, and we have the most VA home loans in the country now. So they're moving here and they're liking it and deciding to stay, buy a house.
invest, yeah, building our wealth, investing in the
Hmm.
land of the kingdoms. Yeah, that's awesome. So, there are some benefits with employment. We start talking out about veterans preference. This
Hmm.
is where veterans get preference in state agency employment. So they would be looked at over regular civilians.
Hmm.
They get priority service for job training and for other related services. And, there are eligibility requirements, just like there are for getting a VA loan. You have to be eligible for all these things. But
Hmm.
if you are eligible, then you do get the benefits.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. And then,
They're also going to get some benefits for if they are submitting contracts for government jobs. If they're like a contractor or a provider and the state has put out proposals, I think veterans will get preference for that as well as SBA loans and things like that.
yeah. And, there are different career counseling services and job search assistance programs, on the job training, industry specific things. Uh, Milynda and I both volunteer now with the Entrepreneur Boot Camp for Veterans at the McFerrin Center here at Texas
Mhm.
A&M. That's a great service for entrepreneurs, veterans who want to be entrepreneurs with these great business ideas. That's such an exciting program. I really enjoy visiting with all the veteran entrepreneurs. They have such great ideas and there's such enthusiasm for it, and they're just brilliant and the sweetest people. So I really enjoy that, and I'm grateful to be able to participate in it. Um, there are formation fees that are waived for veteran-owned businesses in Texas, and
Mhm.
franchise tax relief in Texas. There's time credit towards retirement for non-retired state employee veterans. So that means, like, I think that your service time counts towards your retirement time within the state of Texas, like TRS, Teachers Retirement System, or whatever other kind of state retirement plans that there are. So
That's pretty awesome.
yeah, yeah. Uh, and Yeah, we talked about the veteran. I know there are lots of other veteran entrepreneur programs out there as well. But again, placement services, I think I've interviewed a lot of veterans in this podcast, and a lot of them have talked about, difficulty of knowing where to go and where to find a job.
Yeah.
And some have struggled with applying for lots and lots and lots of
Mhm.
jobs, and they
Mhm.
can't find something that's up to the standard that they reached in the military. So reaching out to some of the services that are designed to help, with placement and job finding, would
Yes.
probably maybe a good idea.
Texas Workforce Commission. I have a friend, Heather Huhnke, actually works for Texas Workforce Commission, and she is one of those people who I think knows everything about veterans and employment and opportunities in Texas, and just getting connected with somebody like that. It is literally her job to know about all of that and to be able to connect you with those services. Um, as well as your veteran service officer, which is going to be by county. And we have a great one in Brazos County. Pam Robertson is wonderful and just really a veteran advocate. Both of those ladies are Army veterans and really strong advocates for the veterans kind of in their purview. So
Yeah,
like Sherri said, just knowing, understanding that you don't know everything, but figuring out who does know everything is part of the steps to success, I think.
exactly right. And we'll put names and numbers or a way to contact these people in the
Mhm.
description, so that if you're watching this and you do need this help, that you'll be able to reach out and call these people. So Heather Huhnke and Pam Rogers, was it?
Pam Robertson is the Brazos County Veteran Service Officer. And she, I mean, don't have this in there, but she's pretty strong advocate for getting veterans the monetary benefits that they are entitled to, but maybe aren't good at advocating for themselves to go out and get those awards. I've seen other veterans talk about her doing that, and she's posted it on Facebook. So you got their cards now. That'll have all the contact information on the business cards.
So Pam helps with like disability
Yeah,
ratings
disability.
and all that kind of stuff. She'll help
Mhm.
help people with the paperwork.
And maybe more, but just the disability for sure. But like she knew, like there was a benefit for stepchildren of a disabled veteran. There's more, and there was a college benefit for them. There was more than I
Yeah.
even knew about that we might not even think about to ask that they're aware of and
Right.
can help you get.
Yeah. We don't know what we don't know unless
We
you
don't know
ask.
what we don't know, but they do know that stuff.
It's definitely worth a conversation with them, because there may be some
Mhm.
benefit that you just have no idea of that could be really, really awesome.
Yeah.
And so we're heading next into education benefits, as you kind of
Mhm.
alluded to. For there was a post 9/11 GI Bill that benefits veterans who are deployed to Iraq.
Mhm.
And then the Hazelwood Act gives tuition-free education at public colleges and universities in Texas for veterans.
Mhm.
Tuition reimbursement for private and foreign colleges and universities, blah, blah, blah. And there, again, the eligibility requirements and application process with all of this. I feel like
Yes.
I've got this written down in all my notes, but each one you have to qualify for it. And also with the Hazelwood Act, you can transfer your unused hours to your children. And I would assume that's where the stepchildren kind of come in too. Whether
Yes.
they're your blood, your own blood,
Yes.
or they're adopted, or they're stepchildren, you can transfer those unused hours to your children and get some of their tuition paid for, which is amazing.
And one thing that I learned from one of the counselors at A&M at the Veteran Resource and Support Center is there are actually other, not just the GI Bill or Hazelwood, there are other educational benefits that can kick in depending on the type of service, were they injured, the time of service. There's even more than this that might be available to a veteran depending on their specific circumstance. So it comes back to finding the expert and
Yeah.
getting matched up to what you qualify for.
So what we'll be able to do is plug you in with people here in our area in the Brazos Valley. But
Yes.
those, if you're not in our area, if you're somewhere else in Texas, reaching out to these people, I'm sure they have a network and they could be able to connect you. And if it's easier to call Milynda or I, we can do that research for you and find someone for you where you're at.
Absolutely.
So next is the fun stuff, recreational benefits. So
This is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. Yep.
yeah, Texas Parklands Passport gives free state park passes and discounts for camping and other activities. Pretty nice.
Free, yeah. And disabled veterans get free hunting and fishing licenses. So
yeah, and well, again, the eligibility and application. Sorry, I'm reading down my notes, but yeah, that's awesome, getting those licenses free. And there was something about veterans from other states can also get some kind of recreational license here as well without having residency, I think.
okay, well, cool.
So it'll be worth checking into that as well. So if you have friends or family coming in to play, then they can get a license as well. The Department of Motor Vehicles benefits get a free driver's license for disabled veterans. They get a disabled veteran designation on the driver's license, and they also get disabled veterans license plates with associated parking benefits and exemptions. So
And one thing that is cool about the license plates, I just recently got a new car and so had to go through the process again. And I get specialty plates. I get Daughters of the American Revolution plates, but so I have to go on that website. And so when I went on the website, it has all the specialty plates on the site, and it has an option. It's not just disabled veteran. They can put their branch of service. They can get any awards that they won, if they got a Purple Heart, if they got a Bronze Star, anything like that. Very specific what you can have on your plate if you want to, and it's all free because they're veterans plates. So it was the biggest section of the website. There were probably 30, 40 different plates there with all the different specialties that you could get, the different awards, the branches, and all that kind of thing. It was really cool to see what all the options were.
Yeah.
And that I got to pick, but
I see a lot of those driving around town, people with the
Mhm.
Brown Star and Purple Heart and, Marines, wherever it is.
Yeah.
A lot of
And
those.
it's kind of cool to know that about that person in front of you, that they got an award for valor, that kind of thing. So I would encourage any veteran to go ahead and get that if you qualify for those. So
Yeah, why not, right?
yeah.
Some more entertainment benefits are discounts at some like professional games like Texas Rangers, Dallas Stars, Six Flags Over Texas,
Mhm.
Houston Astros. That's one that a lot of people here go to and watch
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
And then SeaWorld and Schlitterbahn for keeping cool on summer days. Then there's discounts at various gyms and other retail stores like
Mhm.
Home Depot, of course, is 10% discount for veterans. And I don't even know, this is not a comprehensive list by any means, but I think just always ask if there's a discount, maybe.
I think so. And also Facebook groups. This may, if you're on Facebook, there's going to be some type of community veterans group that's probably going to have discounts like this posted in there too for
Yeah,
your smaller businesses.
true. And, your friends know, other veterans who've been around are probably going to know a lot of this, but, maybe not all of it. And people who
Yeah.
live here already won't know yet. So hopefully we're providing some good information here. In Texas, we have cemetery and life insurance benefits.
We do, yes. Texas Veterans Land Board has administers the state veteran cemeteries, which are akin to the national cemeteries like Arlington. And obviously there has to be availability and you have to qualify, but those are cemeteries where you will be buried with military honors and you can use your benefits. It's not like the actual headstone benefit isn't very much. But if you want to get into a veteran cemetery, Texas has its own set of cemeteries. Gosh, it's several. It's not just two or three, in addition to the national ones. And then what else? Let's see. And then insurance. Okay, so there's insurance benefits as well. But I know the cemeteries are something that Texas Veterans Land Board offers.
Yeah. And I think the life insurance is kind of variable, maybe depending on your disability or,
Okay.
that's going to be have to be an application thing, but there are some life insurance benefits. So now we get into kind of our arena where we're more familiar, housing and property tax benefits. If you're 100% disabled, you pay 0 property taxes, and that is amazing savings here in Texas. If you don't have disability, you get the regular homestead exemption like everybody else does. But if you are disabled, I'm not sure what percent it starts at. I think it's like
it starts at 10 and it's a sliding scale up to 90.
Yeah. So, yeah, that could be a good discount.
Yeah, I mean, it can be hundreds of dollars a month.
Right.
Depending on your rating.
Okay. And then Texas was home improvement program, Texas Veteran Land Board, VA loans. These are things we have lots of other videos about, but we'll go over here for the home improvement loans is something we talked about recently, and Milynda gave you a lot of good detail about getting those.
Yes, they've got with the reno loan, you've got the VA option, so kind of the national VA option, but then the Veterans Land Board administers this home improvement loan if you own your home already and you just want to make improvements to it. And then they have there's even an additional program if you're needing to make it handicap accessible due to due to injuries sustained in your service. But that's actually a different program. This home improvement one is just standard home repair or home improvements and repairs. And the Veterans Land Board administers that just like they do their version of the VA home loan and the land loan, which is the land loan is super unique. I'm not sure that there's even another state that offers that, where it's 5% down minimum. It amortizes like a 30-year loan, and it's up to $150,000. It's a great loan if you're just wanting to buy land and maybe build later, or maybe you don't even have to build. There's not a building requirement. You could put a camper out there if it was allowed. So
recreational lands, yeah.
Yep.
Or with that Texas Veteran Land Board, you can also buy land that has a house on it, right? It can be just a house in a neighborhood in town. It doesn't have to be.
Yes, yeah, they've got their own version of the VA loan.
Yeah.
And that loan has a discounted interest rate if you have a service-connected disability rating of 30% or more. And that's where it really gets good, and it's something you want to compare against the VA loan and see which one is better for that individual veteran.
Yeah, we did a whole video about that as well, and we'll link these other videos.
Yeah.
As well, so in case we miss any details now, we're just kind of skimming over the top of them, but those are great programs, and it definitely would be worth checking into if you're looking into buying land or even buying a house. So
yes, for sure.
And when you're buying a house, it's always good to shop different loan programs and see which one is best for you, your situation. So. And then there's the VA loan, which, we keep talking and we know it's there, but the more people we talk to, we kind of figure out that there's a lot of people who don't know what's available to them as far as VA loans, and they don't know about all this benefit that's here for them and that entitlement and all how to use it and how to take advantage of it. So we can go over a little bit of that, the VA loan eligibility and
the VA loan just really is the gold standard in the loan world. It is the only one where you can have zero down payment because you already made your down payment. Your down payment was your commitment to your country, and that also covers your mortgage insurance. So it's the only loan where you can do 0% down and have no form of mortgage insurance. Interest rates are generally going to be a better interest rate than conventional loans. It is the most forgiving loan when it comes to credit incidences, low credit, bankruptcy, foreclosure, things like that. It's the most forgiving.
Debt to income as well.
Yes, absolutely. The most flexible on the debt to income ratio. So you can afford more house with a VA loan with the same income and debts that you could with one of your other loan programs like conventional or FHA.
And if you're disabled, then the funding fee is even waived on those. So
in any disability rating 10% or more, you're not paying the funding fee. If you aren't exempt, you can roll it into the loan amount. You don't have to bring the funding fee to closing. So, and that's always one of the major closing costs, and you're just allowed to roll that into the loan. It's a great loan, and it's not a one-time use loan. It's not even a one loan at a time loan. You can have more than one VA loan going at a time. Absolutely.
As long as you have that eligibility.
Yeah, as long as you've got the entitlement to do it, and you are each of these houses you're buying as your primary residence, you can keep it in a VA loan even if you decide to move and buy a different house later. You can keep that one in the VA loan and use another VA loan concurrently. Yeah.
Something that's a big concern to a lot of people the last year or so, year and a half, I think maybe 2 years since 2022, interest rates are up a little bit higher than they were during the dark years, the COVID years. That 2% was an anomaly, and I really doubt that we're probably ever going to see that again in our lifetime.
3% was an anomaly, and 4% may have been an anomaly. I do think we'll get back to the fives. I do think we'll get there. But again, okay, it's the best refinance loan, and on top of being the best loan.
So the IRRRL is what I was getting at there with these high interest rates. There's that automatic kind of.
Yeah, that's called an IRRL, so an interest rate reduction refinance loan. That can be done at no out-of-pocket cost to the veteran. The costs are minimal. really easy to do for the veteran compared to any of the other refinances that are available. So really, when rates go down, it doesn't take much. Generally, it's going to be about half a point. But there's a simple little worksheet we'll do to see if it's time to do a refi for you. And if it is, it's a lot less of a pain than that first loan was, for sure.
Yeah. And can they do that, the Earl, more than once, or
Yes.
they have to wait like 6 months, or what are the
It's not a set amount of time, but you have to show a certain amount of benefit to the veteran to do it. So it's going to be several months probably. Because before they put some boundaries in place, they were what was calling churning veterans through and just constantly refinancing them. And so they weren't ever recouping some of the refinance costs that they were incurring. So, but yeah, if you refinance and then rates drop again, and maybe 10, 11 months down the road, it may be time to talk about another refinance if rates have legitimately gone down enough to show an overall benefit to the veteran to do it.
Yeah, because over time, a lower interest rate makes a lot of difference if you're going to be in one place for a long time.
It sure does. It sure does. Yep.
Yeah. So, gosh, we kind of went sort of quick, but there are just a lot of benefits here in Texas. I haven't studied what the other states have, but I really feel like we have like the best set of benefits for veterans here.
Texas has a little bit of pride about wanting to show that it can do the best for its veterans, and I think it kind of does. So we do have some unique things here that you're not going to see anywhere else. And I'm gonna come back to that fact that's Brazos Valley fact that I love, that Brazos Valley Cares talks about, which is here in the Brazos Valley, we have the highest percentage of veteran population per capita that is not associated with a base or an installation in the entire country. And
Yeah.
so, and now statewide, we are number one in terms of our veteran population. So veterans are moving here, not just because they're getting stationed here, but because they want to be here.
Yeah.
So,
we have a lot of retired veterans moving back.
A lot of retired veterans, because people like to go where they're appreciated, and veterans are more appreciated.
Yeah.
In some places than others. And I think somebody moves here and figures it out and mentions it to their friend. Their friend comes to visit and says, this place is all right. And then pretty soon you have another resident moving in.
Right. Well, there's that thing about College Station, right? It's a lot of people never end up reaching leave velocity. Sometimes if you get stationed somewhere else, people just can't wait to come back. It's just, it's a good place to be.
It's a good place. Hey, I moved up here in 1994 from Houston. And even back then, there was an Outback and maybe an Olive Garden at that point. There was not much here. And even at that point, I realized I don't want to leave. And I never left. Here I am 30 years later, still here. So,
right. I mean, I came in early 1989. So there was not, none of that was here. There was like a Grandy's, the Texan, and the Longhorn.
oh, the Hall of Fame, right?
Hall of Fame was here because I got engaged there the first time. There was it was on New Year's Eve at midnight. So that was fun.
Well, and that's a story for a different podcast, huh?
Right. Yeah. There was a restaurant on Briarcrest, and I cannot remember the name of it, but it was just kind of
Oh, Ken Martin Steakhouse was right.
That's on 29th Street.
Oh, Oxford Street.
Yeah.
About Oxford Street.
That was it. Yeah. And that building's not even there anymore.
Nope.
And
now it's a bank. I think they built a bank there.
This town is completely unrecognizable. And when we were leaving downtown this morning, I saw that building on the corner of William Joel Bryan and Texas Avenue. What was the big building? I don't even remember anymore.
That was a municipal building of some type, that now the heap of rubble. Yes.
Yeah, they've torn it down. So we'll see what goes back up there. Do you know what's planned for that corner?
It's another city building, but I don't remember what they're going to put. But they said that one was not salvageable. Basically, they needed to start over. So,
well, things are changing. Lots of development going on in Bryan, downtown Bryan, and they're completely renovating the whole William Joel Bryan Road. And there's housing changes. That Midtown Bryan project is going in there and everything. So
because everyone is figuring out this is a great place, and we're having to get ready for the growth. So
plenty of houses for y'all veterans to buy when you move here. Or rent, you know, we got some rentals too. Although I think rent's hardly worth it anymore. It's gotten so high.
Right.
May as well be
Right.
making a mortgage payment, especially if you can get into a mortgage loan with nothing down, right?
Exactly. But and with the appreciation the way it is, you need to capture that appreciation and not help your landlord capture that appreciation with your monthly payment. So, yep,
Exactly. So
exactly.
if you're coming to Texas, give us a shout. We can help you here in the Brazos Valley and in kind of the Houston area. Milynda can go far
Statewide.
wider.
Yep.
Yeah. And I can refer you to some great agents who are great with with veterans throughout the state. I've got some great referral partners and some people who are really amazing agents all over the place. So um, hopefully these benefits will entice you to come to Texas. We'd love to have you. If you have any questions on any of this, let us know. And like I said, we're going to have all the people that we talked about in these videos are going to be linked in the description. So you could go back and watch those other things and learn some more. We'll have our contact information is in there as well. We can help you with, you know, loan questions or housing questions or property tax questions. I'm officially a property tax consultant now. I got that designation this year, so that was exciting. But anyway, Texas is
Yeah,
a great place for veterans.
it sure is.